Hare Krishna, Nam Kritanyanagi, Prabhupada, Manta, Krishna, shall we start? Hey, Krishna. Before I start, before even I start the shloka, I have a number with this. You can just kindly raise your hands, everybody. Raise your hands up like this. Very good. And bless me so that I can definitely take this for the Krishna. Yes, definitely. Happy Krishna. Thank you so very much. So, if you bless me, I would like to hear one time big round loudly very good so that I can get that sort of information that so Krishna Prabhu, thanks for the bonus also. So today's classification of the teachings of divine grace, which are Vedanta Swami Guru, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Today we are focusing on 10.73. I would like to request you to kindly repeat after me. Aksharanam akarosmi Vandhastama Sikascha Aham Eva Kalo Ataham Vishwatokaha Aksharanam Akarosmi Vandhastama Sikascha Aham Eva Kshaya Kalo Ataham Vishwatokaha Aksharanam Akarosmi Vandhastama Sikascha Aham Eva Kshaya Kalo Ataham Vishwatokaha Aksharanam of letters. Akaraha, the first letter. Asmi, I am. Dvandva, the dual. Samasikasya, of compound. Cha, and aham, I am. Eva, certainly. Akshayaha, eternal. Kalaha, time. Ata, the creator. Aham, I am. Vishwata Mukha, Brahma. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Savicharna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagatushka Maharaj Ki Jai. Translation of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma. Purport Akara. The first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without Akara, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sound. In Sanskrit, there are also many compound words of which the dual word, like Ram Krishna, is called Dvandva. In this compound, the words Rama and Krishna have the same form, and therefore the compound is called dual. Among all kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is the representative of Krishna. Because in due course of time, there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated. Among the living entities who are created, Brahma, who has 4 heads, is the chief. Therefore, he is a representative of Supreme Lord Sadvaitam Savadutam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Hare Krishna Karuna Gopesha Gopika Kanta Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shubham Vancha Kalpaturu Vesha Upasini Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Picharni Devi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna. So today is a very special topic, and today's class. Before we move on to today's class, let's focus on a little bit on the last sloka, where it was in 32. Krishna says, among logicians, I am the conclusive truth of all science. I am the spiritual science of the self. Of all creation, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna. In today's text, we will be focusing on 4 different parts. Where Krishna mentioned that I am inexhaustible time, of letter I am letter A. Among compound words, I am the dual compound, Ram, Krishna. Of creator, I am Brahma. So these are 4 different objectives of our today's session. So in today's session, we'll be having a lot of interaction or interactive activities, which will help us to understand the session class a little bit more. And I humbly request you all to please kindly participate, so that we both can definitely have a very reflective session on having. Let's do 4 things: language and communication, time, and creation. So when it comes to language and communication, language is a medium of communication that helps us expressing and conveying our thoughts, feelings, and emotions of 2 individuals. Moreover, language depends on verbal or non-verbal codes. In other words, language is considered the prime tool of communication. So we all know when it comes to language, it's so very important for all of us to convey our subject matter to the other person. And there are various ways of communicating our message. And Krishna over here, he says that out of all the syllables, Sanskrit syllables, I am a. So when he says I am a, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that all the vowels starts from a. A, e, o. Right? Without a, we cannot understand the rest of the other vowels. And hence Krishna says, I am God. But a, Srila Prabhupada very gracefully mentions A. Alphabet A. I am A from the word. Right? However, it is a. As per Sanskrit is a. Now, if you see why Srila Prabhupada is focusing completely on Sanskrit and not Telugu or Tamil or Gujarati or Marwadi or Marathi or Japanese, because it's Devanagari language. Devanagari language, I'm sure we all are from India, we have little understanding of how Devanagari language is so important. Because this language is spoken by all the Devatas. Right? Over there, they speak very fluent Sanskrit. Last time when I was during Nityananda Trayadashi, or before that, our Nidai Pran Prabhu was saying that if you don't know, how many of you speak Bengali here? Only few raise their hand. Of course. Prabhu knows 10 languages. Venki Prabhu is waving his hand. So what I'm saying is, Nitya Pran Prabhu, he asked the audience there the other day, how many of you know Bengali? Raise your hand. And there are around 25 people raised their hand out of 125. And then said, all 25 will go to Golok Vrindavan, all 100 you see here. Why? Because they will definitely ask you over there at the Vaikuntha Dwar, do you know Bengali? If you don't know Bengali, you have to stay back. So what I'm trying to say over here is Sanskrit is the official language over there. Now, when it comes to Sanskrit, we are saying that Sanskrit is the official language of Dev Devta. That means if I know Sanskrit, I will be able to get admission in the Swarga Loka or other lokas. I have no idea on that. I have to check with Prashna on that. But apart from that, what is really very important over here right now is Sanskrit is the most important language, and all the languages are evolved from Sanskrit. Now, how do we know about it? What is the fact? So let's have a little more logical understanding. So as we all know that we had the entire universe was called as Bharatvarsh. Right? Earth was called as Bharatvarsh. And Bharatvarsh was having only one language, that was Devanagari language, which was Sanskrit. When Parshuram came into existence and he started chasing whom? Kshatriyas, right? All Kshatriyas started moving around and they really start getting to different locations of this planet Earth. Now when I say planet Earth, there were some islands as well. And these Kshatriyas started hiding on those particular islands. And slowly and gradually they started developing their own language. Because in other parts of the world, there were some other languages that were spoken, which was local dialect. And this local dialect has moved into a national language, like Greek, like Turkey, or Middle East, or Japanese. So all these basically were the local dialect. However, if you see the roots of these languages, they all evolved from our Devanagari Sanskrit. Every single word from every single language is the mother of Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is basically mother for all the other languages. And I'm sure we all know about it because we are coming from India. And we have similarities when it comes to our language, our words sometimes. So that's the basically understanding about the Sanskrit. And Krishna says, "I am." So so let's talk about little bit about Sanskrit. And then again, the second part, Krishna says that I am a compound word. What is the compound word? I am samas. What is samas in Sanskrit? Samas is a concept in Sanskrit. I really want you to focus on this because it's little bit logical, little dry, but very interesting. Are you with me? Mataji, are you with me? Haribol, very good. So what is samas in Sanskrit? So samas is a concept in Sanskrit grammar that refers to the formation of compound words. Can you give me an example of any compound words? Any compound word? Okay, very good. Any compound word in English? Prabhu, please. Book laga. What are the other words? Kind-hearted. Okay, very good. Have you heard about a word called highway, runway, my way? Yeah. So all these are compound words. It involves combining two or more words to create a new word with a specific meaning. Identify the two or more words that needs to be combined. Determine the types of samas compounding form. So there are many types of samas. This is there are 23 different types of samas. But I'm not going to focus on 23 because 12:45 is the time for me to end. So I really want to focus on only few. So let's focus on this few, which is really very important and interesting. So how many types of samas are there? As I mentioned, samas is a grammatical concept in Sanskrit and Indian languages that involves combining words to form compound words. So there are many types of samas. First one is dvandva. Dvandva. Tatpurush. Tatpurush. Karmadharaya and Bahuvrihi. Bahuvrihi. So these are the main types of samas. Dvandva, both have equal importance. So when I say Ram Krishna, both words have equal importance. Radha Krishna, both words have equal importance. So Krishna says, I am doing compound word. That means Rama Krishna or Rameshwar. Okay, Rameshwar. I will explain to you about this Rameshwar soon. Then we have Tat Purusha. Two words which are the components of compound words are related by a preposition. Like Das. If I divide this, if I keep Krishna aside and if I say Das, Das of whom? Krishna. Right? So it's a two words which have a component of compound words related to a preposition. Like of Krishna, Das of whom? Das of Krishna. Form. This particular book is coming from whom? From someone. Right? By. Someone has given me this particular present. By. So example, Krishna Das, Hari Naam, Kurukshetra और रामेश्वर. अरे यार क्या बोल रहे हो? उधर भी रामेश्वर है, इधर भी रामेश्वर है, क्या चल क्या रहा है तुम्हारा? Let me explain a little bit more. So far so good, everybody? Yes. So how many types of samas words we have got? How many? 23. Very good. But we are focusing on how many? 5. 5 or 4? 4? 4 or 5? 5. What is the first one? The second one? Tatpurush. Third one? Karmadhara. Virgi. And only 4 rule. So, Bahuvrihi. So, Dvandva. What is Dvandva? Has equal importance, right? Examples? Ram and Krishna and Rameshwara, Radha Krishna. Very good. Next one, Tatpurusha. Tatpurusha, what is Tatpurusha? Two words related to each other but preposition. So what one word gives importance to other word, right? Example, Krishna. Any example? Harinam, Rameshwar. Okay? Kurukshetra, fantastic. You have an amazing memory. Jai Shri Rupa. Karmadharana. One part of compound word is more important than other. One part is of compound word is more important than other. Adjective that qualifies the noun. For example, Sundar Gopal. Sundar Gopal. If I remove Gopal from Sundar, what will happen? It will be only Sundar. But who's Sundar? If I put Gopal, then the importance or the significance of that word really improves. Am I correct? So there becomes Sundar Gopal. And then you have Bal Gopal. Right? Then you have Gopinath. Gopinath. Yeah, Karmadhara. So what's the word everybody? Yeah. So what is the third one? What is the meaning of Karmadhara? Very good. Example? Excellent. Fantastic. Then we have Bahu Vrihi, where two words combine together to indicate the third word, like Pitambaraha. If you hear the word Pitambaraha, what can you remember? Pitambaraha. 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 It means Pitambara means basically one who wears yellow dhoti. One who wears yellow garment or yellow dhoti. Krishna. Pitambara. Very good. And not Pitambaram. What is Pitambaram? Yellow dhoti. Pitambara means yellow dhoti. Okay. It also means, for example, other one is Rameshwara. Now you will be saying, oh, what are you saying? In Dvandva you have Rameshwara, in Tatpurusha you have Rameshwara, in Bahuvrihi you also have Rameshwara. Okay, I'd like to tell you one story. सब लोग के कान अभी खड़े हो. Okay, so for example, what happened? We all know Rameshwara, right? Rameshwaram. Sorry, we know Rameshwaram. Everybody. Rameshwaram. If you hear this word Rameshwaram, what can you remember? What comes in your mind? The place. Sri Ram and Shiva. Very good. Who said Shiva? Very good. Excellent. So now we still have a lot of debate. So Shiva is higher than Ram because Ram has served Shivling over there and he took the particular blessings and that's how we move forward. Ram, he says, yes, I did take the blessing of Shiva because Ram is whom? He is the supreme personality of Godhead and he loves to serve his devotees. Right? He likes to serve his devotees. Who's Shiva? Is Shambhu Mahadev. And who Shambhu Mahadev? Is one of the very special, very, very great Vaishnava. Right? And Ram says, yes, of course, I have worshipped Shiva. So if that is the case, then which form of samas comes here? Ram Ishvara. Which Bandha comes here? Which Bandha? Tatpurusha. Very good. So basically Ram Ishvara. It's Ishvara of Ram. Right? Ishvara of Ram. Now let's move on to the next one. So they all had been to Shiva. And Shiva said, no, what are you saying? He's my master. He's my master. How can you say that? That I'm the master of Ram. No. He is my master. If he is my master, so for example, Rameshwara, so which samas comes in picture here? Karmadhara. Are you sure? Brahuri. Very good. Excellent. Brahuri. So he says, he is basically who's Shiva? He is the Ishvara of Ram. And they all got confused. Ram is saying this, Shiva is saying this. So let's go to Brahmadev. And they had been to Brahmadev and Brahma said, No, it is Rameshwara. You're right. Ramahi Ishwara means they both are equal. They both are equal to me, and they both have equal level. And that is the reason you can see over here he has used that particular word in a different form, which comes in Dvandva Samanas, which is Rama Ishwar. Clear? So Ram, Ishwar, so this particular word can be used in different form. It can be used in Dvandva Samas, it can be used in Karmadhara Samas, it can be used in Bhuvi, depending upon how you are approaching and using this word to glorify something. So far, so good, everybody? Yes, no, maybe? Yes, okay. Let me dive in a little bit more deeper. So, we all know the classic, wonderful pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chandkas. What was the pastime? We all know when there was Chandkasi, he went to Shiva Sangan, he broke the Mridanga, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the first Sankirtana, procession. Very good. And they all came to Chandkazi and they were having this particular debate. And then Chandkazi was asking, but you were saying that we should not eat meat or cow, but you do lot of sacrifices and so on. And what is the difference? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned that no, basically it's all about qualified phenomena. In case if you are qualified phenomena, that particular animal which is sacrificed in any kind of yajna, it is as a form of oblation that is basically rejuvenated. It gets the human form, and that is the assessment of a brahmana, whether that brahmana is pure or not. We all know about that. So let's dive a little bit more deeper. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also explained that in this particular yuga, since we do not have a proper brahmana, the only way where we can have a the Mahayajna is the form of Sankirtana Yajna, which is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mentioned. That in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. And Krishna himself is saying that in this particular Kali Yuga, we only have one Sankirtana Yajna, one Yajna, which is Sankirtana Yajna. So, in order for us to understand this part a little bit more, let's dive in a small story from Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6. So there was a there was a Brahmana called Dveshta. What was the name of the Brahmana? Dveshta. And his son was Vishwaru. What was the name of son? Vishwaru. Now Vishwaru got appointed as a official Brahmana for the demigods. And he used to do lot of yajnas. He used to offer a lot of oblation. And he used to he used to share that particular oblations with all the demigods. All the fruits of this particular sacrifices used to be given to demigods like Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Surya, everybody. They used to get their particular fruits. And they were very happy. But secretly, he used to also share the oblation, the fruits of oblation, with demons. Secretly. And he used to do this every single day. Somehow Indra came to know about it. About whom? About whom? About Vishnu. Now Vishnu started doing this. So when Indra came to know about this, Indra chopped off his head and he died. So his father, what was his father's name? Dveshta. His father was very, very angry, very furious. And he started doing an yajna. Why he started doing an yajna? So that from yajna, he can get a very special personality, demon, who can kill Indra. Who can kill who? Now who is doing this? And who was his son? And how did he kill? Who chopped off his head? In the bed. So, the best when he was doing this, he was using Sanskrit words. However, so in order for him to call off that particular demon, he used this word called Indra Shatru. Indra Shatru. He wanted to have a demon who can be furious of Indra. But his vowel, he took little bit extra long vowel. Long vowel. So when he used that long vowel, instead of him getting furious of Indra, Indra became furious of this particular demon. You understand what I'm saying? उन्हें वो demon चाहिए था जिसकी वजह से वो demon can kill Indra and Indra can be killed. But when this was formed, Indra became violent and he became furious of this particular demon instead of the other way around. And that was a very exceptional personality, exceptional demon. You know what was the name of that particular demon? Vritrasura. Vritrasura was, in his previous birth, he was a great king. You know what was his name? Chitraketu. Very nice. And he got cursed. You know from whom? Very good. You are very scholar. I should sit here. I should sit here. Very good. So, coming back to this personality, Vritrasura, when he was fighting with Indra, Indra was getting weaker. However, Vritrasura was encouraging him to fight. Encouraging him to fight. And he was telling him how to kill him. You know what I mean? So that's how Vritrasura got killed, because he said, don't run away like this. You're a Kshatriya, you should fight. And he encouraged Indra to fight him, and then I believe you all know the story, you're not like go further. So that's basically impact of the word or vowel or any other letter change in a Sanskrit. And hence, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rightly mentioned that in this particular Kali Yuga, we do not have any Brahmanas. Why we do not have any Brahmanas who can have a clear mantra? What is the purpose? What is the reason? We all must have heard this many times in many lectures, in many classes from all the Maharajas, Brahmacharis and senior Vaishnavas. What is the purpose? Why the purity is not there? Okay. Even if they want to, if they know how to chant the mantra properly, what is it? Very good, very good. In this particular yuga, everybody is born as Shudra. So in order for you to become a Brahmana is just not a word, it's a qualification. It's the highest qualification of a human being. In order for you to become a Brahmana, you have to definitely live a very different lifestyle. We cannot live the lifestyle what we are living over here. It's a completely different lifestyle. Fantastic. So let's dive in a little bit more deeper. So we talked about going back to basics when it comes to language and communication. Language and communication is so important because it expresses our feelings for others. In Bhagavad Gita 7.7, it says, "O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna," Krishna says, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Similarly, in 5.1, Brahma Samhita, Sri Brahma Samhita is mentioned that Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an external blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all, and he has other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. So when it comes to language, if you are having a language, if you are understanding a language, the purpose of language is information, passing on the information. So you are basically passing on the information which you have already in you. or you are basically trying to understand the information through your grasping power. So if you are understanding an information, the purpose of understanding an information should be transformation. If there is no transformation, then there is no point of having any kind of information. For example, we all come over here on every Friday and we spend time from 10:30 to 2:30, right? It's a big time. It's a Friday, it's a weekend, right, Gopal Prabhu? We all are investing so much of time. And this time has been invested not only on Friday, on special occasions as well, for many, many hours. We have so many devotees who start their morning at 6 o'clock. Yeshumati Nandan Prabhu starts his morning at 5:30, having his Bhagavatam class and so many different activities in Mayapur Hall, and then he comes over here and then he moves to other location, Shriman Varish Prakash Prabhu, so many other devotees we have. And we all are doing the same over here as well on Friday, coming every Friday, cooking and so many things. But we have to ask one very important question. Every day in the morning, we also hear in Srila Prabhupada's class, of Guru Maharaj's class, so many other brahmacharis class. We do also hear a lot of kirtans, right? We have to ask ourselves, with this particular information, is there any kind of transformation in us? If not, then there is something missing, right? There is something missing. If I'm here for a good feel-good factor, only for a feel-good factor, or I want to just put a tip-off activity that yes, I was there in some spiritual activity and I spent some time in spiritual activity, then the transformation will never happen. Again, I'm telling it this to myself. For me to transform myself, I have to really get the information. I will take the information with an objective that I want to transform myself. If I'm making this particular mission from 10 years and I'm still there where I am, then there is not a progress. In our offices, we have something called IDP, Individual Development Plan, Performance Evaluation Plan, right? We have vice presidents and presidents sitting over here. We all know how do we manage that. But the purpose of having these things is to make sure that the colleagues are developing, having a career progression. Nobody would like to be on the same position for 10 years or not even more than 2-3 years. So in order for us to move forward, we need to have a career progression in our spiritual activity as well. And for that, if you really want to have that, all our activities when it comes to hearing and speech should be of Krishna and Krishna's. If you have Krishna and Krishna's speech, then we will be able to hear that, and then only we will be able to transform our activity. 10 साल पहले भी मैं वही कर रहा था और 10 साल के बाद भी मैं वही कर रहा हूँ. I'm thinking in a similar manner about other person and the dealing, then there is no transformation. There is something called meta level. Have you heard about called meta level? This is what is meta level. Meta level from top. So sometimes we get engaged and absorbed in our so much of dealing with day-to-day life with our friends, families, and offices that we forget that what maturity has brought to me after getting into spiritual life. For example, I'd like to give you a simple example. If I'm having a conversation with a devotee and a non-devotee, there is a difference, isn't it? There is a humility here, there is a kindness, there is a thoughtful, there is a generosity. When it comes to non-devotee, there is a little bit different. But with this of mine, my quality as a devotee, how many qualities am I really injecting in my day-to-day activity at office, at my workplace, at my family? Or if this is happening only among devotees association, that is also very, very important for all of us. Let's move on to the next factor, which is time. Time is again a very, very important factor. Right? Isn't it? Time is a very important factor. And we all have heard about this many, many times when it comes to Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.30, 33, 11, 20, 32, 58, we are as all devouring, destroyer of everything. Time is destroyer of everything. At the end of the day, the function of time, what is the function of Kala? To destroy. Why is it called destroyer? Because it keeps moving forward. It keeps moving forward. There's a cycle of and birth and birth and death, right? So let's understand this little bit more from a very small exercise. May I have Dimple and Kshitij for this exercise? Come on, quickly, quickly. Can you hold this, please? Yes. Can you hold from one end? Dimple, can you hold on the other end? Very good, excellent, fantastic. Srinath, can you come here, please? Can you take this? Just hold this. Now we'll just follow one shloka. That's it. And we will just do this shloka practically. Okay, everybody with me? Only Yashoda was sleeping? Only you Are you ready? इंद्र के साथ कुछ काम कर रहे हैं Are you with me? Mataji, I told you from the beginning. Because of you, I am sitting over here, and because of your blessings, I will talk some sense. Otherwise, I won't be able to do anything. So, are you with me? Excellent, fantastic. So, here, Prahlad Maharaj says, every human being in 766, every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years. So, let's consider this as 100 years. How many years? 100 years. But for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completely lost because at night he sleeps 12 hours. Can you cut? Can you make it half? 50? 50. Half. This is half? Everybody, this is half? Haribol. Half. 50. Yeah. Okay. Those years are completely lost because at night he sleeps. Now, can you please again? Yeah. Very good. 12. Being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such a person has a life of only how many years? 50 years. How many years? 50 years. Very good. Now, next one, 767, he says, in the tender age of childhood, when everyone is bewildered, one passes 10 years. One passes how many years? 10 years. That means अभी इसमें से 10 साल काटना पड़ेगा. 1/5. Kshitij, please guide. काटो फटाफट. Very good. जल्दी काटो यार, आज काटना है. इधर इधर इधर. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Alright. Similarly, in boyhood, so we talked about childhood now we talk about move on to the boyhood. Boyhood, engaged in sporting and playing, one passes another 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. Very good. In this way, 20 years are wasted. Similarly, in old age, when one is an invalid, unable to perform even material activities, one passes another 20 years. 20 years काटो. 20 years, 20 years, 20, 20. डबल उसका डबल काटना है. डबल हाँ. लाइए वो लाइए. काटो पहले. फैंटास्टिक. प्लीज बैठिए. ये हमारा हो गया लाइन. कितना हो गया ये? 10 ईयर का. If you live 100 years, thank you. If you live 100 years, ये आपका लाइफ. अभी देखो करना क्या है उसके बाद. अभी प्रहलाद महाराज बोलते हैं, पता क्या हुआ? He says 768. One whose mind and senses are uncontrolled becomes increasingly attached to family life because of insatiable lusty desires and very strong illusion. In such a madman's life, The remaining years are also delicious because even during those years we cannot engage in self-engagement. Happy birthday. So करना क्या है? In Srimad Bhagavatam, we also have solutions. It says 2, 3, 17, both by rising and setting. Please, I would like to repeat. I want everybody to repeat this loudly. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics on the all good personality of Godhead. Solution media. If you really want to make use of this 100 years, this is the solution. Right, Google Prabhu? This is the solution. This is the only and only solution. So, moving forward, as we all know in 9.7 it said, O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. You can see over here in the second sentence, at the end of millennium means at the death of Brahma. That means Brahma lived for 100 years and his one day is calculated as 4,300 million? Billion? 4,300 billion. Of our early years, his night is the same duration, his month consists of 30 such days and nights, and his year is 12 months. 4.3 billion. 430 crores. 430 crores. Okay. So after 100 years, such I'm on this particular sentence. Can you see my cursor, everybody? So after one, yeah, okay. After 100, so what is the conclusion, bro? 4.3 billion. 4.3 billion. 4. Thank you, bro. Thank you. After 100 such years, when Brahma died, devastation or annihilation takes place. That means that the energy manifested by the Supreme Lord is again wound up in himself. And again, when there is a need to manifest the cosmic world, it is done by his will, Osham. Although I am one, I shall become many. This is the Vedic version. He expands himself in his material energy and the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place. In 6.17 as well as mentioned, he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So Krishna is giving the solution. This is basically what Krishna says about the millennium, and Srila Prabhupada nicely explains about what is millennium all about. And Krishna is giving us the solution over here as well. He says that he who is regulated in his habit of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So which yoga? What yoga are we talking about? Bhakti yoga, right? So when it comes to Kala we have two forms, universal as well as life. So when it comes to Kala, this is basically a time cycle for universal. Kali Yuga, 4,32,000, Dwapar Yuga, 8,64,000, Treta, 12,96,000, Satyuga 17 lakhs 28,000, and one Satyuga is 43 lakhs 20,000. Right? But one cycle of universe is 7 crore 20 lakhs, right? Which is 7.2 billion. No, 7.2 million. 72 million Satyuga. This is one cycle of universe, right? Now, just to conclude this part of our class, which is time, when it comes to time, for us, time is limited. But for Krishna, time is unlimited. Over here on this earth, when it comes to we are in this particular body, for us to be in that body, our time is limited. But soul, unlimited. Kya baat hai? That means we are not soul, we are body. Am I correct? We are soul. And who's the body then? We are having body, who's having the soul? Very nice, Mataji. Very good. Excellent. So basically the conclusion is Krishna is the controller, he is the Shaktiman, and Krishna's control Shakti is who is it? Who is Krishna's control Shakti? Is the material. So we have to understand that soul is beyond the time. Soul is not affected with any time. Soul is eternal. Soul is basically taking different bodies, like we are changing our dress every single day, right? And how do we apply this now? What are we supposed to do when it comes to time? Now we have understood this part, right? That means we have a very limited time. I also mean this is the most important part of our session today. Please focus. If you are in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Prayagraj, everybody, please come back here in Kuwait in this particular Spandan hall. Are you with me? Hare Krishna. So when it comes to time, we all have limited time because we all do not have any birthday, we do not have any expiry date, unless we feel that we are creator. Sometimes कभी माता पिता बोलते हैं कि मैंने तुझे बनाया है, मैंने तुझे नहीं बनाया. Who am I to you to create? There was this particular debate where Krishna had been, this scientist had been to Krishna and he said, you know what, Krishna, I have made a mortal being with some chemicals. So Krishna said, okay, which chemicals? He just said sodium, this, that, and from where did you get the chemical? No, I have produced the chemical. Hey, you don't even know what is the sea of chemicals. You have taken the chemical from me. So I am the creator. So don't even have this false pride that you are the one who has created any kind of chemical. Chemical belongs to me. You belong to me. Your intelligence belongs to me. Your breath belongs to me. Every single breath that we take on this particular earth is being counted. We can't even take one single half human breath extra. So what are we talking about? You understand? Are you all with me? Yeah. So when it comes to time, so we all have come to the platform which says that our time is precious. Am I correct? Is the most important part of our life, right? So I would like to just bring in one theory from management, which is called Stephen Covey's theory. Which is called the time management matrix. Have you heard about this? I'm sure you all have heard about this. So this particular time management matrix falls into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is called urgent and important. Everybody, please focus. This is really very useful for our spiritual as well as material life. So urgent and important, which has must do it first, immediate impact, and this particular thing is on crisis. When you are in a crisis, it is urgent and important. Take a very crude example. I don't know. Maybe this can be a good. Mataji, what time the bus comes for your daughter Dipti? 2:40. Very good. 2. In the morning? Oh, sorry, I'm talking about in the morning. 6:10, right? And for example, your alarm did not ring. You woke up at around 5:45. Hurry, which is urgent and important. It's a crisis management. You will do anyhow, whatever you will have fruits, you will cut, you'll put it in the bag, you'll make her ready and you'll just drop it down, right? This is urgent and important. Moving forward, we have the next one which is not urgent but important. Not urgent but important. We say plan and set completion date. We know the completion date and we have an obligation which has a certain objective and we have to fulfill those obligations, which is not urgent but important. For example, we have our upcoming Kanyadesh Yatra. Kanyadesh Yatra ke Mayapur Dham ke. How many of you are coming for Mayapur Dham? Chalo. Jai ho, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, jai, jai. मुझे डर लगने लगा प्रभु तो लोग आ रहे हैं. Sorry, going back. So not urgent but important. That means it is not urgent. We are not going tomorrow. We are going when? We are going in the month of June. That means we have time to plan. That means it's not urgent but important. Are you all with me? Yeah, very good. Next one is urgent but not important. Urgent but not important. So when it comes to urgent, not important, it has a delegation and gets done. Unexpected requirement. For example, let's say Prabhuji is working in office, is very busy, and I'm giving him a call. Prabhu, please look at the form. We have to send the form, the Yatra form. Everybody is, Arjun Krishna Prabhu is calling me, he's asking me when to put this particular, my holiday, my offices are behind me. Ranju Krishna Prabhu is telling me he wants to book his ticket. Mamta Mataji is calling me and she is telling me I want to also call my relatives. Please look at the form, the registration form. You say, for me, it's urgent. But for Varish Prakash Prabhu, not important. Then what? I'm sorry. What I mean to say over here is, he is very busy in his work schedule. Very, very busy. Absolutely busy. He doesn't have even time to look at anything else. In that particular case, it's, I mean, I'm just of course, everything, all due respect, everything is my brain child and everything is very, very important for him. But even though he is so busy, he is extremely caught up, still he will call back, still he will give a solution, and that solution would be the best solution. Hari Bol! But I'm just giving us a scenario. Let's take Arjun Krishna Prabhu. Let's take, you call me. Okay. Yes, you are right. Excellent, Bhati. So, for example, so just take an example. So, if you have in this particular scenario, if someone is calling and saying, please, can you please book this ticket, or can you check the registration form, or can you please call this particular person, or I am in need of job, can you please do something? Now, for me, it's urgent, but for someone, it's not important. So, what he is going to do? He may delegate it, or he may explain, or he may try to do that particular activity in a different manner. And the last one is not urgent and not important. Not urgent, not important. Now, this particular part is the most important part of the time quadrant. Is the time where we don't have to spend time on it. This is basically a dump of our time. When we have discussed, this is basically not urgent and not important. Prajalpa, social media. Sometimes what happens when you are going on, let's say for example YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, having an objective that I am going to watch spiritual shorts. I'm going to hear spiritual classes. You get into the black hole and somehow you feel, oh my God, I've just wasted my time unnecessarily hearing some unnecessary stuff. And that is basically time consuming. Sometimes we want something or do something or get into some other discussion which is unnecessary, which is complete time waste. And after the discussion, when you are reflecting on it, you feel, what was the purpose? There was no purpose at all. So yeah, so these are not urgent and not important. So why are we discussing this? What is the purpose of it? What are the urgent and important thing you think is there in your life? Ranjan Krishna Prabhu, please guide me. What do you think as a sadhaka, as a devotee, what should be the most urgent and most important thing in our life? Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Ranjan Krishna Prabhu ki. What do you think should be not urgent and not important, Vishwanath? Or urgent, sorry, not urgent but important. This can be again a brainstorming, so we can definitely feed it. Yes, yes. The first one, what you write is the urgency. This is question. Yes. 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 But how much important to this? It's important. Yes. Everything becomes very important. Yes. Yes, bro. Yes. We cannot compromise on activity. Yes. That can yes. Yes. Very good. Excellent. What could be urgent but not important from Mataji's? Akka? What would be urgent but not important? Okay. Urgent but not important. Urgent but not important. From a spiritual perspective. I think it's always we need to speak. Okay. Okay. What are the any other thoughts? Thank you. Any other thoughts? Urgent but not important. Yes, bro. Prasadam. Overeating of prasadam. Prasadam is important. So I just would like to add one more point when it comes to not urgent but important. When it comes to not urgent but important is our schedule, sadhana chart. It is not urgent, but it is very important for us to make sure that we have a proper sadhana chart so that we can follow it urgently on daily basis. Financial planning, not urgent, but it's very, very important. Urgent but not important. When I say urgent but not important, it can be urgent for someone. Someone is calling me to asking me to come and pick him up at the airport. That can be urgent for him, but not important for me. But when it comes to not urgent and not important, this is the most important thing we all have to really evaluate and reflect on day-to-day basis. Is it really urgent? Is it really important? If the answer is no, that means it's a time waster. It's a time waster. And work as well. When we are working, our time for work as Braj Prakash Prabhu always mentions, and Ranjan Krishna Prabhu, Yashwati Nandan Prabhu, and all the Shiksha Guru has already given us so many different examples that we have got the opportunity to work. We have to make sure that we make maximum of that particular opportunity. We have to ask ourselves, how can I make my work timing more productive so that I can productively use my time and remaining time I can definitely invest in sadhana, which is very, very important. Yes, bro. Yes, yes, very, very important. Thank you very much, Prabhu. That is also not urgent but important. I'll tell you how, because if you are following a proper rhythm and regime or a daily basis on exercising and so on, of course, that will definitely help us a lot. I'd like to give you a small little story here. How many of you know in Maharashtra we have a lot of saints, right? And there was a saint called Sant Eknath. So Sant Eknath, I think few of you must have heard this in the past. So he was giving a lecture class, and one of the grihastha, he came to him and he said, Maharaj, you कभी आपके दिमाग में ऐसा कभी आपके मन में आया नहीं कुछ पाप करूं? ऐसा कभी आया नहीं मन में थोड़ा पाप करे? He became very cross. He looked at his forehead and said, "Oh, baat chodo. I see that you're going to die in 7 days." What? 7 days? 7 दिन के बाद अब मर जाओ. He went back home, started calling people. He started, donating all his property to everybody, cows, and started doing a lot of sadhana activities, prayers, chanting, calling brahmana, doing yajna, and this and many things he started doing. And he was very, very, extremely in an anxious condition. But again, very prayerful. On 6th day, Sant Eknath comes to him and asks him, "How are you doing? I just have one more day. I'm just trying to see how many more and more chanting I want to do, more and more I want to do, so that I can definitely go back. Oh, पाप करने का क्या होगा? आया कुछ दिमाग में आया? 6 दिन में आपको पूछा पाप करने का मन में आया कुछ? नहीं, कुछ नहीं आया क्योंकि I was thinking about all of this. Exactly. That is what you are supposed to do, and that is what I am always reflecting on. And that's how, if you reflect like Sant Eknath, we will be able to make use of our time very well. And we start feeling every single day that today is the last day of my life. Make maximum use of this particular time which I have given to me by Lord. Because time is Krishna. Krishna says, Kalo. This is very, very important. I think Krishna Prabhu, I have only 1 more minute to go. So I am going to definitely conclude by 1 more minute. If you allow me 2 more extra minutes, I will be very grateful. Hare Krishna. And last but not least, Krishna also says that I am Brahma, who is a creator. So when Krishna says I am Brahma, is the creator, that means Brahma is the creator. He is the one who has created us. Am I correct? Secondary creator. Fantastic, Mataji. So as we all know, we have 3 different Vishnus. One is Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and Shiradaksha Vishnu. Inside us, we have Mahavishnu. Am I correct? Shiradaksha Vishnu, and it is also called as Paramatma. Fantastic. So when it comes to Lord Brahma, once there is a pastime where Lord Brahma wanted to meet Krishna in Dwarka. Where he wanted to meet him? In Dwarka. So he informed the Dwarpal that I would like to meet Krishna. And Dwarpal came back and so he asked which Brahma. He went to Krishna and Krishna sent a message back saying, ask him which Brahma. And then he came back and he asked him, "Kaha, bhai, pata, batao." कौन से रास्ते के ब्रह्मा हुआ? He got bewildered. ये क्या बात कर रहे हो? ब्रह्मा मैं एक ही हूँ. I'm only Brahma. And then when he went inside the lobby area, he saw there were thousands of Brahmas, thousands of Shiva, and thousands of Indras sitting to meet who? Lord Krishna. He was only one person who was forehead. The rest of them were having 5-headed, 10-headed, 100 millions of headed. कभी कभी हम सोच सकते हैं, I can see वेंकी प्रभु forehead. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? तुम यहाँ पे बैठे कुछ भी बता रहे हो. But at the end of the day, it has been mentioned that we have our very limited capacity to understand कि ऐसा ही हो सकता है. इसके ये लिमिटेड है, ये लिमिटेशन के बहुत परे है. Why? Because हमारा जो यूनिवर्स है, हमारा जो अर्थ है, ये सबसे छोटा है. ग्रेट न्यूज, इससे भी बहुत सारे बड़े बड़े यूनिवर्स हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े अर्थ हैं, और उनको चलाने के लिए we have big Brahma with long heads, right? So what I'm trying to say over here is we may feel Lord Brahma is our creator. Yes, he is creator. He is the most intelligent personality that we have got. The most intelligent. Why? Because he has created so many living beings. It's not easy. So many living beings. Creating Lord Brahma. Krishna. Have you heard of firefly? Firefly. In the book, इसको संस्कृत में firefly get attracted to whom? और हम firefly कहाँ पे कब देखते हैं? अभी firefly देख सकते हैं हम? नहीं देख सकते. रात्रि में देख सकते हैं, राइट? रात्रि में चमकता है, और चमकते चमकते क्या होता है? कहाँ पे जाता है वो? फायर में जाता है. उसका लाइफ कितना होता है? Few seconds, right? Few seconds. Now for firefly, if he thinks about us, for him we are Brahma, we are creator. सोचो थोड़ा, है ना? For firefly who lives for few seconds, for us, for him we are Brahma. But for us, Lord Brahma is absolutely Lord Brahma, right? But for Krishna, that Brahma can be like a firefly. For Krishna, that particular Brahma is like a firefly. So you can just imagine the position of our Lordship. And because we have got merciful spiritual masters and His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, we are able to understand this tattva. ये परे है. It is not easy for us to understand, but we will be able to only understand, as rightly mentioned by Vaibhav Krishna Prabhupada, when we surrender to our spiritual master, to our Shiksha Guru. When we surrender to them, then only we can understand. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 69, when everybody wants to take rest and play with their grandsons and granddaughters, he had been to that place. अभी थोड़ी ठंडी लगती है हमें बाहर, तो क्या होता है? कान बंद करो, आंख बंद करो, सब बंद करो. पर वहां पर -डिग्री, श्रील प्रभुपाद, -डिग्री. जस्ट इमेजिन द सिचुएशन, क्या होता होगा. और उसमें भी श्रील प्रभुपाद डिड नॉट गिव अप. व्हाई? फॉर अस. थोड़ा सोचने की बात है. अगर श्रील प्रभुपाद नहीं बने हमारे लाइफ में, तो हमारा लाइफ क्या होगा? हमारा लाइफ 2 बजे तक उठना, उसके बाद में फिर खाना पीना, उसके बाद पता नहीं रात भर कहाँ घूमना. अभी क्या होता है? अभी कोई रात को देखते हैं हम किसी को, तो हमें लगता है ये क्या हो गया, हम प्रीवियस लाइफ भूल जाते हैं. But this is all glories to our spiritual master, our Srila Prabhupada, and all the assembled deities. So having said that, I would like to go on to all the assembled deities in your lotus feet for giving this wonderful life to each other, giving this wonderful association to each other, giving this inspiration and encouragement for each other. Because if we do not have each other's encouragement, we won't be able to move forward. because time is eternal and we are surrendered to time, unfortunately. So we have to make maximum use of this particular time by following Srila Prabhupada's Vani and of course doing a proper sadhana and making sure that we go home back to Godhead in this particular lifetime. Hare Krishna, thank you very, very much for giving me an opportunity. And what we have for today's session. If you have any kind of thoughts, any additional points, please do the needful. I would request His Grace Yashmati Nandan to also to please if you can add up and Krishna to Prakash Guru. I'd be very grateful to you. If you have any kind of questions or any queries, or if you want to add up anything, any feedback, please do the needful. Thank you. I know there was a little bit of Sanskrit, but since that was the need of the hour, I thought of just adding more, making it more clear. Thank you so much. And all the ones that have been on the home are very clear. The amount as possible to explain this. One very for example, was so wonderful. I was sharing this what would happen, but that is always situation on my right. How to work it. So wonderful. And how the time is so very important. How that is so very well planned and very limited time. All of them are very well. I would like to mention one thing. I was able to do this with the stories. All glories to the Shivaya. Whatever I heard from him, I will try to compile everything as per his usual. Very interesting. Thank you. Very good. Any question or any other? Just trying. Yes, Prabhu, बताइए. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, धन्यवाद.
तो मैंने सुना जितना भी अभी तक भगवत गीता और श्रीमद् भागवत उसमें फिर और देश का लोकेशन क्यों नहीं आता है? सिर्फ भारत का ही लोकेशन क्यों आता है? और भारत में ही सब तीर्थस्थल भूमि जितना भी है सब भारत नेपाल में ही क्यों है? और भारत
बहुत सुंदर प्रश्न है. तो जितना मुझे अंडरस्टैंडिंग है मैं उतना उत्तर दूंगा और मेरे शिक्षा गुरु को तो जैसे हमने सुना पहले भी चर्चा की है कि भारतवर्ष और चैतन्य महाप्रभु भी कहते हैं कि इस भारतवर्ष भूमि ऐसी है कि जो भी इस भारतवर्ष में जन्म लेता है वो बहुत भाग्यवान जीव. क्यों भाग्यवान जीव है? क्योंकि इस भारतवर्ष में बहुत सारे भगवान ने लीला है. ये स्थान ऐसा है, इतना सुंदर स्थान है कि इस स्थान में आके भगवान की बहुत सारी लीला है. अभी भारतवर्ष में अगर थोड़ा डीप जाओगे तो पूरे भारतवर्ष में जो है उसमें भी ऐसी इंपॉर्टेंट जगह है जहां पे उन्होंने स्पेसिफिक लीला की, वृंदावन, राइट. और हम ये नहीं बोल रहे कि पूरा भारतवर्ष वृंदावन है. हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? भारत में एक जगह है उसका नाम है वृंदावन. वैसा ही ये पूरा जो अर्थ है, पृथ्वी है, उसमें है एक भारत और भारत में है वृंदावन. तो अभी आपका दूसरा प्रश्न ये है कि यह प्रश्न से थोड़ा और दूसरा एलिमेंट है आपके प्रश्न का कि और जगह पे ऐसे जगह क्यों नहीं दी, राइट? जैसे हमने थोड़ी देर पहले सुना कि परशुराम जब आए थे तो परशुराम जी ने जितने भी क्षत्रिय थे उनको मार भगाया, राइट? और वो भाग गए सब जगह पे जाके। तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑस्ट्रेलिया, एक छोटे एग्जाम्पल लेते ऑस्ट्रेलिया। ऑस्ट्रेलिया ऐसी जगह है जहां पे कुछ नहीं था, वहां पे आदिवासी लोग थे, अभी भी आदिवासी का स्पेशल ये परसेंटेज है वहां। न्यूजीलैंड वहां सेम है। तो वहां पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया वॉज फेमस फॉर जेल, काला पानी। तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में काला पानी होता था, तो वहां पे लोग जाके वहां पे उनको पर धीरे धीरे क्या हो गया कि वो कॉलोनाइज हो गया, मतलब अंग्रेज आए, कॉलोनाइज कॉलोनी उन्होंने बनाई, बाद में फिर वो फ्री हो गया, उसके बाद में फिर वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया राज्य बना। ऐसे ही बाकी जो राज्य है, कनाडा, अमेरिका, ये नहीं थे पहले, ये कोई कुछ नहीं था, मिडिल ईस्ट कुछ नहीं था यहाँ पे। अभी भी देखो वो उनका ड्रेस देखो, अगर हम उनका ड्रेस देखते हो तो आपको पता चल जाता है कि ये जो ड्रेस है पहले के जमाने में लोग जो गोट्स को बकरी बकरी बकरिया, कैमल, कैमल को ऊंट ऊंट ऊंट, ये जो भागते थे डेजर्ट, और वो गर्मी सर्दी को बचाने के लिए वो वैसे उन्होंने ड्रेस किया। इसलिए भारत जो है, उस भारत ये जो मेन पॉइंट है पूरे पृथ्वी का, इसलिए उस मेन पॉइंट में ये ऐसे बहुत सारे मंदिर, बहुत सारे ऐसे स्थल हैं जो बहुत पवित्र है और जहां पे भगवान जी ने बहुत सारी लीलाएं, ठीक है? तो इस यस, हाँ, जन्म लिया। वेरी गुड। अभी आपको मैं और दूसरा एक व्यू पॉइंट देता हूं। भगवान जी ने ऐसा किया, आपको ऐसा लगता है, पर श्रील प्रभुपाद जी ने क्या किया? श्रील प्रभुपाद क्या किया? श्रील प्रभुपाद सारे जगह पे गए, हर एक देश, और वहां पे जाके ये जो भगवान हम बोलते हैं भारत के, वो भारत के भगवान जी को हर एक देश में उन्होंने स्थापना की। क्यों? ताकि फिर वो जो भगवान है, वो जो पवित्रता है, वो सारे जग भर फैले। इसलिए श्रील प्रभुपाद को क्या बोलते हैं? विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। तो ये है हमारे श्रील प्रभुपाद, और ये है हमारी हमारी संस्कृति और जो सीख मिलती है हमारे श्रील प्रभुपाद से। तो please, please, bro. I know you able to add.
Krishna. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned about the whole the political, the Sadhu, the Sadhu. So these are, like if we see that the purport of Srila Prabhupada, almost he is talking about the whole world, these different races, and these are the different races like that. So it means that time also everywhere it was like one country, and definitely we don't know the history of that. Even in the country where Australia, Fiji, there are there is Australia's aspects are there. If you go Indonesia, if you go anywhere, everywhere, Australia, then Australia is Australia. So like that, this whole earth, because of Bharat, and all the activities which are now became limited to this small portion of the land which is now Bharat. So it is definitely everywhere, but because of the different as you said, things like these people with that, it is quite. Even now, how many people they are behind even whatever is great in India. They won't even take that. So,
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, and also, Prabhu, we have heard that love and Kush has got the whole Bharat verse was divided into two. Half was given to love and half was given to Kusha. Because Kaikei, and also we have heard that Kaikei Maharani is coming from the Russian part of the world, right? This is what is mentioned in Ramayana as well. Even when Narendra Modi had been to Congo, they said there was some thread that was related to Indian culture. So yes, Guru. Absolutely. So every single part, the whole world, the whole earth was Bharat. But now, as we know, there are a lot of transformation. बहुत कुछ change हुआ है. जैसे इंडोनेशिया में बहुत सारे और कंबोडिया में we have many temples in Cambodia as well. In Malaysia also we have having this. In Thailand, yes, yes. And the name of the Thailand airport itself is Swarna Bhumi. So yeah, so
in Mahabharata, there is a discussion about when Rama teaches of power and when she asked, you want the single flower, right? So he crossed even this verse and later to other verse. That is also he was just moving towards with the river and then he crossed. So there were many all these discussions and some of the details in our scripture. And they even most nations they had the access for one verse and other verse.
excellent.
And
Thank you.
even Harvati Gaur, he is looking for the verse and he is it's not related only to
Thank you. And thank you for joining that. Thank you for a wonderful question. Prabhu, thank you very much, Mataji and Prabhuji, for your patience and tolerance. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. You are really you very wonderful presentation. Meditation and so much.